It was a typical Tuesday. Things had been quiet in the south of Market area for months, until, that is, today. See, there's been a murder. The deceased, Zachary Barnes, found shot to death on the floor of his San Francisco art gallery. The suspect, his longtime friend and business partner, artist James Tobin. Oh, Granger. G. Sterling Granger. That's me. Only my voice has been changed to protect the innocent. My job? To sift through the sordid details, to determine the murder motive. Was it money or just a dangerous liaison? 3 months later, it was a typical Tuesday. Again. With no sidekick detective to lend a hand, I turned to the worldly wise police detective. She filled me in on the dirt, the details, the directives. She gave me the background about the booty, about the body. The rest was up to me. I set into action. I examined the crime scene photos. I read the documents. I viewed the witness tapes. The evidence was compelling, but I had to prove my case. It wasn't going to be easy. The widow was testy, the lover a liar, and the assistant, well, let's just say his stone had gathered some moss. I had to determine the truth. I interviewed the witnesses. I decided to start with the stone and work up. It was no help. He was slow, dull, and obstinate. What do you expect from a stone? But he offered one strong lead. I followed it like a dog on a leash. It led me straight to Ruby, the lover. She was a tough cookie, tough and sweet, just like a cookie. I decided I couldn't trust her. Next was the widow, short, curt, and to the point. I inadvertently annoyed her. She clammed up like a clam. Next it was time for the trial. I was nervous. I knew the defendant was guilty. The problem was convincing the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I knew all my witnesses, with the possible exception of the widow, were hiding something important. I hadn't been able to extract all the necessary information in the earlier interviews. My only hope now was to lead the witnesses down a clearly defined path and hope. And hope my adversary, the resourceful Ms. Charleston, didn't hang me in the process. It was a grueling experience. The defense slaughtered me and asked all the questions I carefully and consciously avoided. I was dog meat. And the hounds of the press were there for the public feast. Donning the title of trial headquarters, Channel 2 critiqued my every move. But the sacrifice didn't stop there. The TV anchor, Laura Zimmerman, further sheared me of my sheep's clothing with the help from the esteemed and aptly named Dr. Fleece, which, if my memory holds, is a transitive verb meaning to deprive of money or belonging by fraud, hoax, or the like, to swindle. The verdict. It was time. It was over. I failed at my mission. There was no conviction. Tobin, again, was a free man. I decided to revisit the case, but I'd have to wait till after work, as the big guy was watching. Never fear, I saved my games often, and I learned from my mistakes. Tonight, I'll start with Ruby, and I'll ask the questions that I was afraid to ask before.